Okay, the Lions making moves after that initial 53-man roster came out. We knew that things were going to change and that we might look to upgrade at the waiver wire. So one of the things you kind of forget is we are second on the waiver wire. So that means if the Jags pass up on a guy, we get our first pick. So it's a nice thing that you kind of forget about. Of course, we know with our record that we draft second, but we're second on the waiver wire and able to claim guys. So we're going to go ahead and claim Benito Jones off of waivers. We're adding Pride of Detroit again. They do such a great job. What we're doing here is we're getting a big guy to be on the defensive line right now. And I'm going to scroll down to kind of a breakdown of him. Right now, we just don't have the big guys. We got Aleem McNeil, and then Josh Pascal is injured. Levi's injured. So if we're at midfield, we're in good shape. We're rushing, whatever, right? It's 1st and 10 at midfield. But what about 3rd and 1? What about goal line? Like, we don't have kind of big guy to really put in there. So I noticed that Isaiah Buggs, another big guy that we picked up, did make the roster. So it's wondering who will we release in order to have this guy come in and fill that spot. And it even says it here. Isaiah Buggs might be a guy that they cut to make room for it. But this guy went undrafted in 2020. He's only, so he's only 2-3 years in the league. He played all 4 years at Ole Miss. He's a big dude that's strong and has built-in leverage based on his size. And he's good with his hands. He's able to do things that you're not asking a lot from these big interior defensive linemen on 3rd and 1, but it's obviously very important. I mean, if you can't stop 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, it's just going to be a terrible, terrible game. It's going to be a terrible season if you can't stop those short yardage and make a team look to pass or look to do something different than just run it right up the gut and just get it every time. So we've been wondering about this, and I'm glad to see that we picked up somebody that's bigger, because I wasn't sure what we were going to do, because you cannot go into a season without some beef right in the middle because of those situations like I was just talking about. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, make a team think, well, maybe we throw it, maybe we do something different, or even 2nd and 3. Let's make offenses do something different than just run it right down your throat. And that's something that we definitely have to take into account. So I'll go back up to the top here. Benito Jones from the Dolphins didn't make their team, but he's going to come to the Detroit Lions. Don't know the corresponding move to make that happen, but we'll keep an eye on it and make sure that we're updating you, because I think there's going to be more to come. We've already seen it in the quarterback position. Now we're seeing it in the defensive line. We are a much improved team, but we still have shortcomings when it comes to our roster. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You cannot fix that roster in 2 off seasons, because like we said before, Brad Holmes, that first offseason he was here, was shedding bad contracts, not re-signing people, giving himself flexibility for this offseason where he did make some improvements, no doubt about it, but he's still a lot of holes to go. Interior defensive line is one, some depth there. Linebacker, I'd be curious if we see a linebacker that we like that can play special teams. Safety, there's just some things that we're still working on. So expect some more moves. Again, we have waiver position number 2, so that's outstanding for us to just give us some more flexibility and really keep building this roster, because as good or as much improved as it is, it's still not a top 10 roster, by any means. So you got to keep making these moves. So make sure you subscribe. We'll be back for more updates and filling you all in. Only a couple more weeks, 10 days or so until the home opener against the Eagles, ready to go with that. So make sure you subscribe, and we'll see all of you on